Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell is urging the United States to remove Cuba from its list of nations designated as terrorism sponsors and to end the economic blockade imposed on the Spanish-speaking country. Addressing reporters at the Morris Bishop International Airport upon his return from an official visit to Cuba on Sunday, Prime Minister Mitchell emphasized the unjust nature of Cuba enduring 60 years under economic siege.
Re-emphasize that the people of Cuba have been under an unjust economic blockade for the last 6 decades.
The Prime Minister explained how, despite the hardship of being embargoed, Cuba remained resilient in its engagements with countries like Grenada, extending assistance beyond its borders.
And despite that, they have not closed themselves off from the world. They have not only looked internally, but they continue to share, they continue to help. We experienced this during COVID-19. There are significant Cuban collaborators in Grenada still working and supporting the people of Grenada. And so we owe it to the Cuban people to stand in solidarity with them and to continue to call for the removal of the economic blockade against the people of Cuba and the removal of Cuba from list of countries that sponsor terrorism.
He emphasized the detrimental impact of the blockade, preventing millions from experiencing Cuba's cultural richness and learning from its valuable insights.
By continuing to do so, the United States is preventing millions of ordinary men and women from around the world in visiting and experiencing the wonder that is Cuba. Because Cuba certainly has a lot to teach the world, a lot to share with the world. And the continued blockade, the continued wrongful listing of Cuba as a state that sponsors terrorism is actually preventing Cuba from giving more of itself to the world.
Prime Minister Mitchell was accompanied by a delegation which included Ministers Joseph Handel, David Andrew, Lennox Andrews, and Philip Telesford. Reporting for GBN News, Beverly Telesford.